Welcome to Last Week in Gaming. How's it going, everyone? We're kicking it off this week with some gaming news that affects the entire nation, and then some other stuff I just know you'll love, and some of it you might hate. But that is all up to how you choose to see the world, and I choose to see it like an RPG where some losses actually constitute a win. Like when a Dark Souls boss kicks my butt and I come back having learned how they killed me, and then I can come back and show them who's boss. Plus, more souls. All right, on with our main stories. In what perhaps is one of the biggest stories reaching outside the gaming community right now, America's federal regulators have decided to investigate loot boxes. Other outlets, including NBC News, report the Federal Trade Commission has made a commitment to launching a probe into the loot box trend, given that some psychologists, emphasis on some, say it is a form of gambling. On Tuesday, Chairman of the Trade Commission, Joe Simmons, voiced his concerns in a congressional hearing and stated in-game loot boxes and microtransactions will be going under investigation. This is a direct response to a letter Senator Maggie Hassan made to the ESRB about the matter back in February. Of course, this comes as no surprise, given the gaming industry is about to reach a whopping $30 billion. And obviously, some of the biggest names in gaming, like Overwatch, FIFA 19, and Star Wars Battlefront 2, have gone the loot box route. So the fact that the FTC is looking closely at this one makes a lot of sense. In regards to my opinion, I think there should be some oversight, given that children partake in purchasing in-game items all the time, and perhaps this will help regulate and prevent mistakes such as what happened with Battlefront and their mishandling of their loot box structure. One may even say the worldwide scrutiny Battlefront got from that whole hoopla inadvertently brought this to the attention of such federal organizations. Just saying. Saddle up, because the Red Dead Online beta launched this week, and you better believe it has a Battle Royale mode. Ha ha. Why did I not see this coming? Called Make It Count, you'll have to make do with bow and arrows or throwing knives on a shrinking map with 32 players. And no, you don't skydive from an airplane or flying battle bus. That was the first thing I wanted to know personally, because how the heck would that make sense in a world where planes weren't even invented yet? Anyway, I'm glad Rockstar stayed true to their roots. Now, if that and not being able to floss doesn't sound like your cup of moonshine, you can posse up with some fellow cowboys and cowgirls for free roam missions and more. The question is, will you be honorable or not? As for me, outlaw all the way. You best not cross the nefarious Naomi. I'm gonna take you down. That's the whole point, right? Right? Speaking of Battle Royale, the top dog is undoubtedly Fortnite, obviously, and not just because the game actually lets you have a pupper as a backpack pet. You see, Bloomberg has revealed that Fortnite has surpassed 200 million players, up from 125 million back in June. That is nutso. I mean, that is 2/3 of the American population. Anyways, I'm guessing Fortnite coming to Switch in June has helped that number, but I'd bet the game launching on Android has been a bigger cause of the spike in numbers, if I'm to be honest. Either way, Fortnite is so hot right now. Oh my god. But that massive popularity isn't always a good thing. Bloomberg notes there are increasing reports of gaming addiction among kids and teens because of Fortnite. And a British behavioral specialist even said the Battle Royale game is like heroin, which, let's be honest here, probably isn't the best simile, as thousands die from using that drug yearly. But anyway, the World Health Organization has designated gaming addiction as a disease this year, so it is important to learn about how games can negatively affect us, as well as children, who, as we know, are some of the biggest consumers of games out there, and I'm happy that we're having discussions about it regardless of the number of humans this actually affects. And since we're talking about popular stuff with the kiddos, and obviously us adults too, the Nintendo Switch continues to be a hot commodity. In fact, Nintendo just announced that Switch set a company record for the 5-day period from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday in the US for console sales. So, Switch is better than Wii. Confirmed. For total US numbers, Nintendo says a Switch has sold over 8.2 million units so far, and the recent boost was more than likely helped by Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Together, those games sold over 1.5 million copies already. Pokemania will never end, huh? It's just here and sticking around forever. Sticking with the big N, don't get your hopes up sky high for The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD on Switch. After Zelda producer Eiji Aonuma supposedly teased such a project, Eurogamer heard from a Nintendo spokesperson who said, "At this time we have no plans to release The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword on Nintendo Switch." That said, the previous entries in the franchise, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, saw HD remasters on Wii U, so Skyward Sword is still a possibility to get the same treatment, though doing so would be tougher since the Zelda game relied heavily on Wii U Motion Plus controls. So while I get this will be a challenge for Nintendo, I am still 100% on board for this to happen at some point in the future. In fact, why not do that to all Zelda titles while you're at it? I am so hoping that will happen someday. One can dream. It's a bit ambitious. All right, moving on. Fallout 76. Yes, might have needed a bit more time in the vault, turns out. I mean, reception hasn't been all that great and the community seems pretty fed up with Bethesda Game Studios currently leading the developer to respond to complaints on Reddit. BGS wrote, "We know you're frustrated and angry at the state of things right now, whether it's the issues you're running into in-game or the lack of communication about fixes, updates, or news. To be clear, this account is run by us, Bethesda Game Studios community team. Yesterday we posted to let you know that we're still here gathering your feedback and more importantly working to get info from the team we can share. We didn't want you to think the silence meant nothing was happening. We're sorry and understand that this was not the right approach and we'll work to make a better bridge between you and the dev team at BGS." On top of this statement, Bethesda is promising 2 updates in the coming weeks that will contain expansions to the stash limit, improvements to performance, and other additions. But you have to wonder, will the wasteland be just that by then? Just a wasteland with few people left. We'll see. Microsoft has unwrapped the games with gold gifts for December, with Dragon Age 2 serving as the star of the offerings. But first, your Xbox One games. Let's go. You can look forward to downloading Cube 2 and Never Alone next month if you're a gold subscriber. The latter definitely has my eye, as Never Alone follows a native Alaskan girl and an Arctic fox, which is basically just a variation of a fluffy dog. So yeah, I'm interested. Now, Dragon Age 2 is the 360 game available, and get this, Microsoft has an OG Xbox game on the table with Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. Man, I love how much backward compatibility is supported on Xbox these days. It's amazing. Now, Sony isn't going to skip out on the holiday cheer either. The PlayStation Plus lineup for December was also unveiled, with the sci-fi horror games Soma and Racer on Rush serving as the PlayStation 4 headliners. Very nice. On PS3, there are the similarly sounding Stearden and Steins Gate. Meanwhile, Vita owners can check out Papers, Please, and Iconoclasts next month. With that, let me know what games with gold and PS titles you're most excited about for next month in the comments below. Do it, please. That would be rad. And that's it for this week, guys. If you like today's show, please show it with a sub, a like, or a comment. Next week, we'll be able to share all the winners from the Game Awards, and we'll even have crowned our Game of the Year. So leave a comment below with who you think will win, and I'll see you guys next week. Later, guys.